Bibliophiles, welcome back to my channel. I am the Random Bibliophile, Rini Alexis, and for today's video, we are going to talk about my December / end of the year TBR list. So what are the books I am hoping to read this month and hopefully crash out on my TBR list before this year ends? So if you are interested to know that, please continue watching. This year has been crazy in so many ways, and one thing that helped me cope up with uncertainty and anxiety is by reading books. So far, I have accomplished my Goodreads reading challenge of 40 books, and so I am not pressured anymore. So I am going to read this month just for the sake of reading. For this month, I have listed 8 books, and I know that's so many, but never mind. So the first book in my list is The Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is a young adult fantasy book about sorcery and magic. Other than the main character being called Elizabeth, I have no idea what this story is about, but I have heard so many good things about it, and I went over to Goodreads and it has a lot of great reviews. And I also have a friend online, her name is Alice. She's also in Bookstagram, and her Bookstagram is Sol Hortus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but she gave this book a 4.5 stars. So I am so excited to dive into this book. What attracted me to pick this up at first is its cover. The cover is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Like, give me a book with a gorgeous picture, with an illustration that screams YA fantasy. I will definitely grab it. The second book on my list is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So this is a historical fiction fantasy novel by V.E. Schwab. Based on its blurb, it is set in the 1714 France, and Addie LaRue, our main character, she is immortal, and she is cursed that whoever she meets, everyone she meets, they will forget her. So after 300 years, she meets someone at a bookshop, and surprisingly, this young man remembers her name. So that's where the story unwinds. So I have seen this book all over Instagram for the past couple weeks, and you know, being a book by the author of Shades of Magic trilogy, which I adored, I immediately added this book on my TBR list. So it was a no-brainer actually, because V.E. Schwab is a great author and I love her books, and I am just excited to dive into this book because I have heard great things about it. Yeah. The next book I want to read this month is Circe by Madeline Miller. Yeah. So Circe is one of the supporting characters in like the Greek mythology. So we know her as someone who lives in an island, and whenever like heroes wanders on her island, she transforms them into animals. Like, I remember when Odysseus landed on her island, she turned his men to pigs. I don't know if what I'm saying right now is correct, but that's what I vaguely remember. So being someone who is greatly interested in Greek mythology, I've had this book on my TBR list for a couple months already. So I decided to add this one in my December TBR because it is the book of the month for Readables Book Club. So I saw it on Instagram, and they are going to have a discussion later on this month, and so that is a perfect reason why I need to pick this book up. So yes. The fourth book on my list is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So if you have seen my previous book haul video, you would know that I have purchased this book last month. So I have heard so many great things about this book over the years, and I don't know why I haven't gotten to read this one. It has also been on my Kindle for so long now. I don't know why, but having the physical copy now is the perfect time for me to finally pick it up and read it. And so I decided I want to read this book this month. Yes. Another book I want to read this month is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Kat of her bookish site raved about this book and this author, and she said that the books of this author are so great, and so I decided to add this book on my TBR list. So Daisy Jones and the Six is a historical fiction, and it is about a 1970s rock band. Other than that, I have no idea what the story is about. I did not read any reviews about it because I don't want to be spoiled, and I did not also read its blurb. I don't know why, but I tend to do that whenever I add books on my TBR. I just solely base it on like others' recommendations or the book cover. So, you know, pretty much not knowing the story about the book makes it all the more mysterious and attractive for me, if that makes sense. What am I talking about? So the next on my list is this book, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. So I've had this book for years, and I have attempted so many times to read this one, but every time I failed. I don't know why, but I have never started it. So now I am pushing myself to actually read this book because recently I just finished reading Fangirl, the manga version. So I've been a fan of the novel by Rainbow Rowell, also named Fangirl. I've been a fan of that book ever since I've read it. It's my favorite book from Rainbow Rowell. So reading the manga gave me nostalgia because I heavily related to the main character, Cather, and Cather was obsessed with Simon and Baz. So this book is about those characters that she was obsessed with, and I'm excited to read about it. And this one has book 2 also, Wayward Son, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yes, I hope I can read it this month. And another book in my TBR list is a non-fiction humor book. It's called More Weird Things Customers Say in a Bookshop. It is by Jen Campbell. Yeah, Jen Campbell. So this is like book 2, and I have read its book 1 a couple of years ago, and I remember loving it. And so I decided to put this on my TBR list this month because this book has been sitting on my Kindle for so long. So it's just a short read, so I know I will finish it in like maybe 1 day or 2. Yeah. The last book I want to read this month is something I have already read twice before. So it's called Just As Long As We're Together by Judy Blume. So if you have watched my earlier videos, my first Booktube video, you would know that this novel is the first novel I have purchased with my own money. So I've had this book for more than 10 years already, and this has been my favorite book when I was in high school. So this book is a middle grade book, and it centers around Stephanie, Rachel, and Allison. So this is a coming of age tale. The girls learn how to navigate high school as they go on their 7th grade, and also how they grew their friendship. So this is a very light and fun read, and it just really takes me back to that time when things aren't that complicated as they are today, and I just wanted to know if I will feel the same way that I have felt before after I read this book. So yes, I am excited actually to reread this one. Oh my gosh. And that is everything on my TBR list for this month. I know 8 books are a lot of books, at least for me, but I will do my best to get through all of them so that, I won't have them sitting on my TBR list for the next year, because oh my gosh, you guys, there are so many books, yet so little time. You feel me? I know you do. And that is it for this video. What are your December TBR list? Have you read any of the books I have mentioned earlier? If so, what do you think of them? Let's talk on the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do click the subscribe button. It will greatly motivate me to make more bookish content for this channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Once again, I am Laini Alexis, the Random Bibliophile. Have a great day, okay? See you on my next one. Bye!